Yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
Please let us receive the national representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the champion of the struggle of the liberation of our people, Minister Louis Farrakhan. Please let us receive him.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is due, the Lord of the worlds, the finder of us who were lost, and the life giver to us who were mentally and spiritually dead in the grave of ignorance. Allah, the creator of all things, the sender of all prophets, the revealer of all truth, the one God, and beside him there is no God. I give praise and thanks to Allah over and over again for all of his prophets, from Abraham to Muhammad the last. I give praise and thanks to Allah for raising up in our midst a divine leader, teacher, and guide, the one that the world has been looking for, the Messiah, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet you with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. My dear brothers and sisters, it is a great honor and privilege for me again to have the opportunity to stand before you, to speak to you words of wisdom and guidance and comfort from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. To all those who are listening by a national telephone hookup in nearly 60 cities throughout America, we are grateful for your presence and for your attention. We do not wish to keep you long, but there are some very important truths that we wish to share with you. Before we begin our lecture, we want to say that we are saddened this week to learn of the passing of our brother Huey Newton. A young man who heard the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in San Francisco, California, and began some years later to formulate the Black Panther Party. Young Huey Newton, a brilliant, sincere and committed young man to the struggle of liberation of the oppressed, particularly the oppressed black man and woman of America, felt that black people were under assault, and being under assault and the Constitution giving American citizens the right to bear arms, Huey Newton, a student also of the progressive teachings of Mao Zedong and other great progressive strugglers for justice in the world, felt that power emerged from the barrel of a gun. And so he armed his young, dedicated followers, not for aggressive action, but that black people may be able to defend themselves. The enemy used many tricks, many plots, many plans to disrupt, to dismantle, to discredit the Black Panther Party, and ultimately to break its leadership under many, many false charges. Huey Newton had to flee the country to find refuge in Cuba, where he stayed many years and returned to the United States to face jail. Huey Newton is one more nail in the coffin of the wicked. His death nor his life was not in vain. Also, in the last few weeks, we lost a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, Congressman Mickey Leland, under circumstances that are at best strange. We are witnessing an assault on black leadership, the like of which we have never witnessed since the time of Reconstruction, when black men were in the Congress, in the Senate. Some had gotten as high as lieutenant governor. But white folk were so distraught that some form or semblance of power was coming to black people, that they destroyed all of those gains. And then the Night Riders and the Ku Klux Klan began to destroy black men and women at will. We are witnessing all of the negative aspects of our sojourn in America coming to bear at a peculiar and particular time. I want you to pay very good attention to what I am about to say to you. If you're tired, go get a little cold water on your faces, because if you sleep too much, you may die in your sleep. J. Edgar Hoover, the former head of the FBI, one of the most powerful men in government, who served many presidents and served many presidents because many presidents could not get rid of him, because he knew about them that which they didn't think he knew. He used the FBI to gather information on most of the elected officials, judges, etc., so that he became the silent power in America. J. Edgar Hoover was what we would call a fierce American. I believe he loved America dearly and was one of those kinds of white men that never believed that America was for black people, brown people, Asian people, Arab people, or Native American people. So J. Edgar Hoover on the watch for communists, on the watch for any member of a quote-unquote minority group that could rise up to bring people and money together and plans and programs for the advancement of the people. J. Edgar Hoover and the Federal Bureau of Investigation was used to undermine, to disrupt, to discredit, to destroy black leaders, black movement, Indian leaders, Indian movement, Hispanic leaders, Hispanic movement, communist leaders, communist movement, anything that J. Edgar Hoover felt was a threat. The greatest threat that he felt was that among black people in America, there would arise one who would unite, pull together all nationalist thinking men and women, and thereby create a thrust for liberation that could undermine the basic philosophy and direction of white America. So J. Edgar Hoover was on the lookout for any leader or leaders who wanted to organize people for the purpose of liberation. The NAACP, the oldest civil rights organization, came under intense scrutiny. The Urban League. Then in the late 50s and 60s, CORE, SNCC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. But of course, before that, Mr. Hoover watched Marcus Garvey with great care. He watched Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Science Temple with great care. Noble Drew Ali died under mysterious circumstances. Marcus Garvey's movement was infiltrated, undermined. Mr. Garvey lied upon, brought to court, sentenced to prison on trumped-up charges, then exiled out of the United States or deported, dying in England a broken man. But on the inside of America, every time God gave us a voice, the government of the United States moved to destroy, undermine, and discredit that voice, from Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey on the slave plantations, Gabriel Prosser, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington. You call the roll, and every time you call the roll, the U.S. government was always there to make sure that we were deprived of leadership that white people did not put their stamp of approval on. You must understand, brothers and sisters. All praise is due to Allah.